Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today's topic is going to be about why success is the best revenge. Now, I know I've been MIA for a while now, and it's because I've been going through a lot of things, good and bad, but the majority of it has been bad. I'm taking things as they go, and just being positive, as positive as I can be. And I know I've been consistent with posting, or usually I'm consistent with posting, but lately I haven't. Like I said, there's just been a lot going on. Now, usually I write things in my notebook and then I read them to you. And that's just because I have bad memory and I like to have everything down on paper. I like to have all my facts down. So this video is going to be different, and this is just a heart-to-heart conversation. Just me talking to you guys and just expressing my thoughts on, like I said, why success is the best revenge. Now, I'm not where I want to be in life exactly, but I'm still doing good. And the reason why I want to talk about why success is the best revenge is just for those of you who may be thinking of getting back at someone who did you wrong, just not really hopeful like I used to be. And I've just been thinking to myself, and I was like, let me just make a video about this topic, because I'm sure there's other people out there who feel the same way that I have been feeling and thinking the same things that I've been thinking. And I just want to let you guys know that if you are thinking of getting revenge or being petty to those who did you wrong, don't do that. Don't stoop down to their level. And the best revenge you can give someone is just being successful. And it doesn't require you going out of your way to do wrong or dirty to someone else. It's basically just you doing good and proving other people wrong. Now, with me, I've been done wrong so many times. Like, I can't even stress this enough. And this is not even me exaggerating. I've been going through things since I was a little girl, since I was 4 years old. I've had people not like me for whatever reason, for my personality. When I was a kid, I was outspoken. I was badly outspoken. I know some of you guys may be like, well, kids usually speak their mind. They don't have a filter. When I tell you I did not have no filter whatsoever, I was just a mean kid, not even purposefully, but I literally had no filter. I would tell someone, I would just speak my mind. If someone, had a stain or something on their shirt, I would let them know. Or if someone farted or something, they're trying to be discreet about it, I'd be like, ew, it smells, did you fart? I would literally call a person out. I was just out there when I was little. But like I said, I was hated since I was little, and it was just for being me. And not a lot of people can handle people being outspoken and speaking their mind. And I'm actually working on getting out of my shell and doing that. I was also bullied up until, I'd say, sophomore year in high school. So can you imagine that? Since you were 4 all the way up until sophomore year, that's bad. I've had guys do me wrong. I've had friends do me wrong, stab me in the back. Just everybody was against me. And it was literally just because of my personality. It was 1, because of my personality, or 2, just because, I was weird to other people, or I didn't really speak too much. And I always thought about, getting back at those people who did me wrong. When I tell you, I'd have a notebook and I would literally have a list of people's names of, okay, this person did this to me, so, I'm gonna get them back by doing that. I had a whole list. I had everyone's name in my notebook. And I was just thinking about all the people that did me wrong in school, family, just whatever the case may be. In one of my videos, I talked about where I was bullied to the point where a guy had literally put his hands on me in school. He literally beat me up in school, in class, and I was bleeding all over. And this was in middle school, 7th grade, one of the worst times in my life. And nobody did anything about it. And the teacher that I had, she she didn't care. She didn't like me. She's made it clear she didn't like me. One time she told me she was going to be my worst nightmare. And my mother ended up calling her one time when I got off of school and just had a discussion with her. And she told my mom, like, oh, you're being rude. And like, I don't like how you're talking to me. And my mother's like, no, you told my daughter that you're going to be her worst nightmare. I'm going to be your worst nightmare. Like, don't ever talk to her like that again. But that just goes to show like how much I was hated. And when that situation happened to me in school and nobody did anything, everyone watched. In fact, there was a few guys who literally recorded me getting beat up and they were laughing. Like, nobody liked me. And I always had bad thoughts. And I'm like, okay, well, if people don't like me or people did me wrong for no reason, why should I be nice? I should get back at them, right? Like, that's what most people think. But then I sat down and, I thought about it and I was like, why? It's going to take so much energy, first of all, to go out of my way and get back every person that did me wrong up until sophomore year of high school. It's going to take a long time. And then on top of that, thinking of the consequences, like, okay, I could go to jail or, it's just bad. It's nothing good that comes with it. It just pins me to be the bad guy. It takes a lot of strength to not do something back to someone else. It takes a lot of strength to just show kindness when people are doing you wrong or bullying you. I've had so many people say, oh, well, I have dirt on this person. Like, now you can get them back. And I wouldn't get them back. And they'd be like, well, that's weak. Like, why aren't you doing anything about it? And it's like, no, what's weak is going out of my way and doing people dirty, doing people the way they did me, or on top of that, just even worse than they did me. It takes a lot of strength to not, it takes a lot of strength to not stoop down to that level and do people, like I said, how they did me. It's basically, what's the word? Literally, I had it on the tip of my tongue and like, I completely forgot. But what I'm trying to say though is when you're successful, you don't have to do anything to get back at someone else. They're just going to feel bad for how they treat you just because. Like, literally, if you do something back to someone who did you wrong, like someone did you wrong and you get them back, right? It's only going to stir up more negative emotions. They're not going to feel sorry for what they did to you. And if anything, now they're going to want to get you back. And now you're going back and forth with, with that person who did you wrong. Like, you're both getting back at each other and it's going to be a never ending cycle. Like, it's never going to end. Why would you want that for yourself? Like, literally ask yourself that. Like, why would you want a never ending cycle? And let those people get their karma. Don't be karma. And what I mean by that is I would tell people all the time, because people would tell me, like, don't treat them how they treated you. Just let them get their karma. And I'm like, well, karma's taking a long time. Like, I'm waiting for this to happen. Like, I want this to happen now. I want this to happen. And again, people would just say, like, you don't, like, why do you need to stoop down to that level? Like, just let karma take care of it. Let God take care of it. And I would literally say, I don't care. I'm karma now. I'm karma. I'm going to get them back. They're going to regret what they did to me. You know how crazy that made me look, you guys? Like, it made me look really crazy. And then sometimes I would sit there and I would think to myself and I'd be like, okay, like, that wasn't very wise of me. That wasn't very ladylike. That wasn't, that's just not me. I'm a very kind person. And when you choose success over, doing someone dirty, they're going to look back and they're going to be sad. Like, if you're doing better than the people that did you wrong, like I said, they're going to feel bad for what they did to you and they're going to want to come back into your life. And you don't have to let them back in your life. You can simply ignore them, and that's revenge enough, because now they feel bad. Now they want to contact you and they can't reach you. They can't contact you because you cut them off. So, or not even because you cut them off, but just because you don't want to speak to them. It's like, no, you did me wrong. Now you can sit back in the audience and watch me shine. I don't know how many people I've had come back in my life that, like, I don't know how many people I've had come back in my life that did me wrong, that just, they messaged me out of nowhere. And I'm not saying I was doing better than them. I mean, mentally, probably, but, you know, as far as career, I mean, like I said, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I know I'm going to get there with consistency and, you know, hard work and stuff like that. But people just message me out of nowhere. Like, it's crazy. And they would just apologize for what they did. Not everybody. I still have a list of people that I feel did me wrong, shouldn't have did me the way they did. And they would just message me. And you know, the people that did me wrong would message me and they'd feel bad. But the people that, you know, I still have on my list, they haven't messaged me, and that's okay, because I know sooner or later they will see me shine, they'll see me do good, and they're gonna regret it. So, like I said, the best revenge is success, because you literally don't have to go out of your way to do anybody dirty. You're focusing on yourself and your growth, and you let other people see you shine. You let other people see how far you've come, and that whatever wrong they did to you, you didn't let that stop you and, you know, stop you in your tracks and just, you know, stunt your growth. You moved on from it, or maybe you didn't move on from it, but for most of us, like, we moved on from it, and, you know, now we're doing good. And I want that for you guys. I really had to sit here and, you know, almost talk to myself, as crazy as that sounds, and just literally have a heart-to-heart conversation with myself. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I will get the last laugh when I am where I want to be, which I know I will be. I know I will be, because I deserve it, and I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to work hard. So that's not an issue. It just takes time, and things happen when, you know, God wants it to happen. I pray a lot, and, you know, I just let everything, almost everything, go, because life is too short, and it just takes too much energy. Like, literally think to yourself, like, why am I using up all my energy to get back at someone else who did me wrong, when I can use that energy and I can put it towards something more beneficial to me? Because it's not going to benefit you from, you know, getting back at the people who did you wrong, or getting revenge, or being petty. It's not going to do anything. It may give you satisfaction for, like, the time being, but then for some of us, we sit there and we think, like, I mean, I got satisfaction for a couple minutes, but now I'm kind of bored again, or now I'm feeling like, what was the point? Or now I'm feeling like I shouldn't have did that. That's just doing too much. And it goes to show, you know, like, it's not worth it. You don't need to stoop down to those people's, you know, level. And in the future, I'm going to make more videos talking about different things, and just having a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys, and just letting you know my thoughts on certain topics, and, you know, just going from there, because I went through a lot. I still go through a lot. It's just a never-ending cycle. And in my life, like I said before, since I was 4 all the way up until sophomore year, I've always been hated, and I never understood why. And I always let people walk all over me, and then I would have the audacity to get mad at those same people, and want the worst for them, wish the worst for them, wanna, you know, take up my energy to get back at them. And I'm just over it. So I just want to let you guys know, for any of you who've been thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get back at X, Y, and Z for what they did, that you don't need to. Literally work on yourself, focus on your growth, write down goals that you want to achieve for 2023 and just work on it. Write down your goals and literally just be consistent, and when you get there, you'll feel so much better. Like you won't even really think about the people that did you wrong. You'll just feel so at peace and so successful. And like I've stated many times, I may not be where I want to be right now in life, but I'm still doing better than a lot of people who've did me wrong. And I'm just still at a peace, a certain peace in my life. I'm not exactly where I want to be when it comes to, reaching the peace that I want to reach, but I still have people message me to this day. Speaking of people messaging me, yesterday I had someone message me who wanted to get back into my life, and they felt bad in a way, and they played the victim. That's a whole nother story, but that's when I knew, like, if you just stay out of the way, you focus on yourself, and people can see some kind of change in you, some kind of growth, even if it's not exactly success where you want to be, they're going to feel bad and they're going to regret doing you wrong. And that's the end of it. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've watched this far, leave a heart down below and comment down what other videos you guys want me to make, like what topics you want me to talk about, and I'll do it. But yeah, that's it for now. And again, thank you guys so much for watching if you reached this far, and I'll see you guys in the next video.